Oh, whoa. We're back at the shit again. Welcome back. You didn't miss anything. Geppito is out. Let's talk about him. Geppito's an interesting character. In that, he's a character. We have a first minion builder. Technically, you could claim that the Piper is a minion builder, but this is our actual first true minion builder. Dummy. Builds a dummy. Acts as a taunter. Can take damage for you. They self-destroy and return to stack when you move too far. And can be dismantled, which allows you to move them around. Hammer. Very bad auto attack. Extremely bad auto attack. This auto attack is garbage. Until you have talents and traits. He, more than Melusine, is so reliant on his talents it's not fucking funny. However, if you hit a dummy while you're on top of an enemy and they happen to be positioned in front of you, you will heal it for 50% of their maximum HP. This mechanic comes into play depending on the talents that you have. More on that later. Uppercut. Hits an enemy. If you are able to hit a dummy, this has a deceptively long range. If you hit a dummy and you displace it into an enemy, it will deal 50 damage along the path. You don't get both the hammer damage and the dummy damage. It's one or the other. This is good when you have charges for it. Same thing with Claw Explosion. AoE damage bomb. Heals dummies in the middle, or anywhere in the explosion radius, for 40% of maximum HP. So remember, 15%, 40%. And then, Defibrillation. Apply 20 shield to yourself and the dummies for 6 seconds. Your traits are super, 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 super fucking important. It is viable and important, depending on what you have, to know how you're going to make use of what you need your dummies to do. Now, because your hammer is 3 seconds, there is a world where you can justify use of unstable cores. But if you're not confident in making use of unstable core while also fighting, you need to just not take unstable core. Because unstable core doesn't work the way that you might think it would, which is you hit defense and then as you put out dummies, they go unstable. That's not how it works. You hit defense, all dummies that are out become unstable. So you need to keep them alive long enough that you can make use of the explosion damage. Otherwise, twin dummies all the way. Unstable core is extremely hard to make use of unless you have the ability to put out more dummies over time. Or you can get out more dummies at a time. Also, since we last played, they have updated the images on everything. So now everything has a unique picture. Regardless, it's all going to be the same. You're pathing along, looking for dream shards. For Geppito, the way that you want to go about opening those dream shards is you want to smash things into them. Let the dummies take most of the aggro for you. As you can clearly see, on any other characters that would have already been cleared. However, he is a lot more safe than Melusine. He has a lot more maneuverability with his kit. Let's see here. Getting in Vitality is useless. We're going to take Flux Capacitor, because now we can smash multiple minions in towards the enemy. Kind of like that. Now, don't be afraid to take damage on Geppito. Even though you want to avoid damage at all times, do not be afraid to take a little bit of damage on him.
Now that's what I call a good apprentice.
And don't be afraid to just drop a minion and leave it behind it. It is very, very important to keep moving.
Make me proud. The youngsters always underestimate me.
Very good. What did I aggro? Because he's very much oriented around his talents, do not expect to be doing crazy DPS or to do crazy control until you actually have the ability to control things. However, much like Aladdin, he is very capable of handling situations like this. And probably one of the better people to be able to do early elites. For him, it's mostly because everything else is going to be tanking for you. So you can eventually be able to muscle them down.
That's my little scoundrel. That technique is extremely efficient. That monster is a
Very good.
rust hazard. Once we're done, I'll teach my scoundrels to dance. It's not how hard you hit, but knowing where to hit.
As you can see, mollywopping.
Feel. This
Permanent strength but vulnerability is always hard. This is where it's going to get a little bit spicy. Even though he is very protective, he is also extremely offensive once you have the traits to be able to support it. With permanent strength,
brace yourselves. There is much to
we are very, very strong, but it doesn't mean that we are invincible. And he definitely once levels into all of his traits. get a 2 fucking elite run here.
A key to unlock a secret something. With a bang!
And this right here is the power of Geppito.
The stuff dreams are made of.
It's extremely satisfying when you're able to get off plays like that. And it's not very often, especially not if you don't have the right traits to allow for it. But the game gave me 2 keys early. I'm gonna use them.
Careful battle. Let's not keep the lady waiting. I've still got it. An excellent benchmark.
Just like that. Healing on his attack does literally nothing for us, so we'll just take the one that gives us extra damage on our special. Keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. Praying that this is not a bad event. EDC chest.
Me proud. That's what I call a good event.
Hot. Golden Lane is useless. Dreamcatcher has a special ability here, and we already have extra damage on from the ultimate. And here is where we get crazy. So we already have permanent strength, so Forked Lightning is going to be useful here. And the fun part about Forked Lightning is all of the beams that will shoot out from these dummies will overlap.
Fight is near.
So now I want to get out all my dummies as quickly as I can, and then burst. Look, something like that. Bad event area. Looking for the good event area. Until they really do something to make that event a lot more beneficial. I think it's just not useful to ever do the exclamation event, like at all.
With oh so many marionettes, just can't oversee the strings.
You've at least changed the teleport system so that it actually saves you time as a mini pause.
Reverie is still beautiful.
But when you're in the shop, it does not save as a mini pause at all. There's probably going to be something up here, but I don't have the ability to check that right now. More importantly, you have to hit that chest and then hit that grimoire.
In a row.
I'll take damage for vitality. Keep moving towards that one more. I want to analyze the event. And then keep moving to the dark spots. We already know where the tumors are, so I don't need to stop for those. Heart poggers. We will reduce powers cooldown.
This could be an ambush.
Because if I can't reduce defenses cooldown, I don't want it.
Bravo, my little skate face.
The situation. I found the well. When dealing with the chain lightning situation, what you want to do is you basically want to be standing behind something so that all the dummies, no matter where they are, centralize their damage on top of you. Mecha Puppet.
This is my crowning achievement.
Extra vitality, equaling extra damage.
Nothing like height for a little
We're
perspective.
going to only look for the upgrade here. Now, with Geppito's ultimate, even though in most situations you would not want to use it this way, just drop him out. Just drop him out. Okay, so getting extra cooldown for trait is important. Getting max damage for Forked Lightning is good because each one is that 114. Being able to have extra 30% damage when you hit with power is okay, but getting max trait makes it so that every time you throw out your dummies, it is always going to be a 100% chance of getting the percentage. Now we just need to look for a couple of gem events to see if we can get them before we get pulled in. It really is a higher the better situation. And also, don't be afraid to make use of the of the traits in a very aggressive manner. Like, throw them out the moment that you're gonna get hit by a hook or something. Don't be afraid to try and get them out to try and stun. Max HP is always good. I really could just start the event if I wanted to right now. Jackpot.
Like nailing tacks in a row. I get better with age.
Pride. Alright, get the fuck out of combat. So I'm using every direction.
Now that's what I call
Finally.
apprentice.
It's gonna be very tight menuing.
I wonder if I could make wings for my scout.
5 seconds. Give me vitality.
Little
Actually, I'll take crit. Alright. In this situation for the event, Geppito is very goated for the fact that I can drop these things down to pull aggro. I can then use my shield and hide behind them. Big burst. I can kill you through the defensive. And that is Geppito. To say that this character is not strong would be a lie. But to say that this character is easy is difficult. Almost all of these traits that I just made use of, they're not starter traits. They're not the ones that he starts with. The ones that he starts with, arguably, really bad. There is an ignition one for a backpack. It's really bad because it involves you having to use your escape tool across an enemy line, but it's your only AoE. Of course, there's the unstable dummies, which is also shit. A lot of your tools are literally relying on the dummies. And because you have no traits to make use of that will really fill in those early choices, you basically are at the whim of the game's mercy. Is what it is. Use it to your advantage, and you too will be able to do the damage like this. Finally maxed it out. And the final choice, because it's the new update that Geppito was dropped with per the launch window, everybody has a 6th ultimate, and this is his. Make all dummies spin around and track nearby enemies, dealing continuous damage all around. Personally, I think that is worse compared to summon a mecha. Because summoning the mecha, he doesn't need to be controlled. All of these dummies being able to be tracked and attack, it's not good. It's not good. It is not good. Take the ones that allow you to deal damage. Take the ones that allow you to displace them and replace them. It's going to be a lot more consistent for you. A lot more consistent. Good luck. Have fun. Do your best. I believe in you. And if you don't, believe in dummies.